Being a part of the program means to better yourself.
A lot of people are looking for something to get them in a better place.
I've had moms go through the program, dads go through the program.
I've seen many awesome, successful stories.
I'm 7 months sober, and I'm here today.
I was led to do some work on bail reform in Kentucky. I and my co-chairman at the time, Jason Petrie, pulled together a cohort of all the usual suspects, the people that work in this space all the time, in Frankfurt and in the work they do around the state. Judges, prosecutors, defense attorneys, and I just let's have a fresh discussion. And about 30 minutes or so into that 2-hour meeting, everyone in the room, the most hard-nosed prosecutor, the most soft-hearted defense attorney, the judges, everybody in the room agreed that most of the people in our pretrial confinement are dealing with some sort of substance use or behavioral health disorder of some kind. And everyone in the room agreed that it would be really helpful to get those people plugged into care for that behavioral health issue, whether it's substance use or psychological or psychiatric, whatever it might be.
Since SB 90 has been enacted in McCracken County, we have seen an impact in that we have defendants who are low risk, low needs, who have mental health issues. They go through the program and they are supervised outside of court, and it's a more intense supervision than what they would get. They're not having to come back to court periodically and appear before the judge, which is an intimidation factor for them.
What we see from the judicial side is that the folks who were getting arrested over and over again and weren't getting any help, we're not seeing them anymore because they're off doing their 90 days or their 12 months of programming, and they don't get cited or arrested again. So we don't see their name again until their case gets dismissed, which is a wonderful thing.
When someone is able to go through a program and get life-changing access to healthcare and access to education, and then they still come out with a felony conviction or a misdemeanor conviction, it can be very detrimental for them trying to incorporate back into society and get jobs. But with the Senate Bill 90 program specifically, as long as they have met all of the requirements and completed the program, then that conviction is discharged from their records, and that opens up a world of possibilities for them. And I think that's probably been the most tremendous thing for my clients who have participated in this program.
I take a lot of joy in being able to dismiss and expunge somebody's criminal charge, especially when they were in the position of having their first contact with the legal system, first set of charges that they've had. So it does give us an opportunity to intervene at that early level so that it doesn't become a cycle, they don't end up back in court, and then the only place that I see them is out in the community succeeding.
There are thousands of cases, and I think the people that want help, they don't know how to get it. And sometimes they're standing right beside you. So these programs that exist, this money that exists at the state level to help these people is there. I look at it as this is a chance, this is an opportunity, so why not give them that opportunity?
Big example of that is going to be your shoplifting cases, where you've got people who have some underlying issue that's typically resulting in that as an outcome, whether that be drug addiction they're trying to support it with, or whether that be an inability to access any kind of resource, whether that be a job or that be transportation, that they're attempting to take things to utilize that money for something else. So for the participant, the best thing is that it gives them a hand up. So whenever they're trying to figure these things out, SB 90 is able to step in and say, listen, here's what we can do to help you. Where are these barriers? And once they've identified them, the participant is able to then use SB 90's resources to help get them. So for the participant who's in the program, you're helping to get them access to, if they're saying, I can't get a job, well, a lot of times it's not just nobody will hire them, it's they don't have a birth certificate. So then for the participant to go in and say, I don't have that, is an SB 90 says, here's how we can get you to that end, and then gives them that ability to access that.
So what I've seen are people who are able to get educations, who are able to learn soft skills, who come away from this feeling better about themselves, people who I think they learn to adult to a certain degree while they're in this program, and those are all positive things.
I had Leah there, who was the case manager. She definitely helped me organize my life, as far as getting my Medicaid worked out and I've been able to move out of my parents' house since then. I've been able to do those things and keep myself organized.
Justice-involved individuals will show up, on their first court date, sort of with their head down. And that's whenever I get to speak to them and get to see their eyes light up when they're told they can go to treatment for free. And what I've seen is that throughout the process, they really turn their lives around.
My life before was very dark and not going down the right path until I went to jail, and then this program helped me and the court system helped me to get into a place. And now, since I have been here, every time I went in front of the judge, I thanked him.
I feel the biggest impact on the community has been people feeling like there is someone who is willing to take the time to find out about them, find out about the problems in their life, the barriers, and actually try to help them work through those barriers. A lot of the participants don't seem like they've ever had anyone in their corner before. And I have seen a lot of hope, a lot of determination, and a lot of people feeling like someone actually wants to invest in their futures for the first time.
You can bet that I'll be lobbying my soon-to-be former colleagues in the legislature to make sure that this program goes statewide and that we put the funding behind it that it needs.